Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Russell of Amberussell. Subscribe to the show at the top, thumbs up the video, and leave a comment at the bottom. This is Russell of Amberussell, and I'm going to talk to you guys about Beyonce. She is going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. This is a good look for her. She's supposed to be having new music coming out in 2013, so maybe she'll be performing new music. Who knows? Hopefully, though, we all know she's a great performer. She's one of the better performers out there in pop music right now who sings and dances. But one thing I have noticed about her in the past couple of times she has performed, it's always been the same thing. For instance, look at her when she performs with Jay-Z at his concert this past weekend or a couple of weekends ago. Same thing that she did at his other concert back in 2009, which is, playing it safe, but you can't play it safe when you're somewhere like, if someone has Beyonce status. You should do something different because she always performs Diva, Crazy in Love, and Forever Young. She should switch it up and do something totally different and, surprise us. And hopefully at the Super Bowl she does do that. And we don't get the same old performances because of the concert she does the same thing. She did the same Destiny's Child revamp thing of a couple of songs that they did from No 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 to the other stuff. You just gotta give us something different each time you perform because if we expect the same, you're gonna give us the same, then we're gonna be bored and not care about you anymore. And Beyonce, you are a great performer, but the originality isn't there, so we need to make sure you spoon food it up. Just get it mixing, get some ideas going, call up your sister because she's really creative and original, and give us something new with the Super Bowl performance. Usher, he released his new single, or rather, music video for Numb. And I gotta say, it's a very different song than we were expected from Usher. It's a dance song. I'm not a fan of this song. It's one of my least favorite songs from off Looking For Myself, though I do think that's a really great album. But understand why he released that song because at this time or whatever, he is feeling numb, and this is reflecting him at this point right now. So the music video, he's standing in a box, and some scenes dancing, he's standing against a wall, and there's scenes, flashing by, and like scenery and stuff, it's not an expensive video, it's not elaborate, but there's a story there. You guys have to watch it to really catch on the stories. It shows him performance, shows like a relationship as well. And when he's dancing in the box, you could tell that he is trying to continue to make himself grow, which is always a good thing to do as a performer. Always grow, do something different, think outside the box, so he is inside the box, pun intended. As far as like other dancers, you always know that you're going to get the same thing with them as far as how they're going to dance in their choreography, stuff like that. Usher's always trying to reinvent himself. And so in this video, he does do that with this choreography. It's different, it's fresh, it's new. And that's what I like about Usher. He's always trying to do something different and new. I just hope that he continues to promote this album and continues to promote Numb and perform Dive. I haven't seen him on once before perform any of these songs. He needs to get on these award shows and get on track and make sure he continues to promote this album. Now, he has two songs, Twisted and Euphoria. Twisted should be a single back in let's say he should release it in March. And Euphoria needs to have a music video, so it could be nominated for Video of the Year at the VMAs and win. And it should be released in the summer, early summer, so that could be a good club banger. Twisted is features Pharrell, and it's a fun 50s type of feel to it, old school. And Euphoria is a very dance, but still heavy R&B vocals type song. Speaking of, and Usher, he's gonna be the new host for, or he was replacing CeeLo Green on The Voice. Christina Aguilera is going to be leaving The Voice to promote Lotus. So hopefully she continues to promote Your Body and Lotus because the song is falling off the charts. I don't know where it's at right now, but the last time I checked, it was like at 62. It debuted at 34, so that means it fell and came back up because it was at 64 the week before. So hopefully she starts performing it. I think she released the music video too soon. But anyways, Christina, you need to start getting on my nerves and being on all these different TV shows. Usher, you too need to start getting on my nerves and promote this music that you have that's still good on Looking For Myself. And Christina, you need to start performing and promoting this music on Lotus. Kesha, she was on the cover of Vibe magazine. I'm not kidding you, she was on the cover of Vibe magazine. I don't understand why Vibe chose her versus Brandy, who's on the cover of Vibe Vixen. which is like, Vibe is up here, Vibe Vixen's down here. Kesha could be on any magazine she wants to get her hands on. Brandy, Keisha Cole, Sierra, Kelly Rowland, Alicia Keys, they're not going to always have the opportunity that Kesha has to be on all these different magazines, and yet you guys gave it to her. You have Brandy has music coming out. She has her album just got released this week, so she could have had this opportunity to be on the cover of your main magazine, but you guys didn't put her there. You put someone else, which is unfair to me because they're changing the way Billboard changed the way how songs could chart on the different genre charts. You see nothing but pop stuff on the top tens of these different things. That Gundam style, that Asian, that K-pop guy, he's on the top of the rap. Last time I checked, Rihanna, Diamonds on the top of the R&B. They changed the way songs get charted. So instead of you being charted based on just slowly record spins, now it's by how the song is streamed and how they are played on the radio, on the cells, on iTunes, and all sorts of stuff. So it's unfair for the people who are, not as popular, but who are good in their own lane and gets the radio plays. They're not going to get don't get the downloads and all that different stuff. They're not going to get the chance to actually chart on these charts anymore like they used to weeks before. So and I remember back in the day before it was all about iTunes and all that stuff. You looked at the top 10 of the top 10 of the R&B charts, you would see these different people. Take those first 5 people, they'll be somewhere in the top 15, top 20 of the Billboard main chart, But now you look at the charts, look at the top 10 on the R&B chart, they're nowhere inside of the top 100 of Billboard Hot 100 chart. They might debut, like Brandy, she was like number 89 or 90. Keisha Cole was number like in the low 80s, So R&B charts was the only place for these R&B singers to actually get their songs charted, and yet now that you don't have that. Taylor Swift never was a huge, as soon as she went more pop, her music wasn't really doing well on the countryside, but it was doing well on the Hot 100s. Now her song was number 1, number 2 on the Hot Countries, but it was nowhere close to being the number 2 or number 1 the previous week on the country charts. So the rock and the country, the rap, and the R&B all got messed up. So I think that's something that really should play a factor into who we promote, and since Vibe should use that and not promote someone like Kesha, but gave Brandy an opportunity to be on the cover of their main magazine, or someone else who has music out versus someone who everyone else is catering to, like Kesha, who is going to be number 1 in the Hot 100s and be on countless other magazines within her music release. So the 2012 presidential election debate, number 2 was on this past Tuesday, and I gotta say, if you are gonna vote, make sure you guys are educating yourself on the different topics that really matter to you. I hear a lot of people talk about taxes, and that's something that really a lot of people really care about. And as far as taxes go, one thing people will like to manipulate you about, and is that a lot of people are sad. They're like, oh, I don't want to pay a lot of taxes, so people on food stamps who are lazy, blah blah blah, don't get my money. Mind you, I don't know if it's still this percentage right now, but I know back in the 90s I watched this video in my class, and they were saying that these girls who were, single moms, young teenage moms, were public enemy number 1 to America because we're spending so much money on welfare, blah 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 blah. Mind you, we only spend our tax dollars, people who are taxed, less than 1% of your money goes to social welfares and programs and stuff like that. 40% of that money goes into the military. So when people say they want to cut military spending, or the money that our tax dollars that go to the military, that's a lot of money that is getting cut, but it still is not saying like it's not extreme as people make it seem as it is, and just make sure you guys are informed on different stuff that these people are saying in the debates and all that sort of stuff in your local. And this is Russell and Russell. Subscribe to the show at the top, thumbs up the video, leave a comment at the bottom.